We are live. Bow, 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 bow. Can we get some cool sound effects in the beginning of the show? I love throwing last minute requests to my PD. Welcome, guys. Welcome back, those of you that are joining us from the morning show. Today is a trading only show right here, right now. I do want to know before I forget, we do got a Hedera video coming out in about an hour. So if you're an HBAR fan, potential trade setup in there as well. Make sure you go watch that video. We're going to start with our friend Bitcoin. I talked about this on the live show. Simple support resistance trading. 116.9 is a great short opportunity. Okay, so that's where we got rejected. Now, what are some of the other key levels that we expect Bitcoin to potentially come down to? Well, the first thing we can do is look at some of the levels that we already have mapped out, right? The first one is 112. Now, I don't know if it's going to go all the way down there. The next thing we can do is pull our fibs. You guys know I like to target that 50% retracement level, which currently sits at 112.6 if we draw the move from 107 up to 117.8. Now, if we just take the more recent move, right, because we had a big move here and a pullback, if we take it from this here, our 50% fib level now brings us to 114.071. So that is the next level that I will personally be eyeing. As you can see here, Bitcoin has dropped below its 236, which is at 116.082. And so if you're looking for a Bitcoin long, I'd advise you, not advise you because I'm not an advisor. Obviously, I'm not an advisor. I would encourage you to wait to see what price does at 114.071. Now, this is not a level. This is not something in the current sentiment of the markets that I am willing and confident enough to put in a limit order on, but it is something that I want to put a alert on to see if this would be an opportunity to get into a long on BTC. You can see the last time we even sniffed this area was on the 15th of September. So this Monday, and well, Bitcoin rose around 3% to its high of around 117.879. In fact, we can move this up just a little bit to hit that 118 level that we did get just yesterday. 114.131. That is a level to keep your eye out for Bitcoin. What we can do also, what I'd like to do is I would like to get rid of our fib level, and I'd like to just take this range here, okay? Volume profile. Now, interestingly enough, look at where price is currently at. It's currently at our POC, and this is drawn this range is from the 14th of July through the 1st of September, right? Where Bitcoin's high, we're measuring the high at 124.5 to the low of 107.270. And then you can also look at how price action has reacted at this POC. And this is exactly where you're looking, my friends. Ping-ponging between this support level we've had, resistance at 116.975, down to our POC, which again is 115.5, exactly where we are now. So, ideally, potentially, we could be entering into a long here. We did see a couple of wicks down below this level. We saw two closes below this POC as well. That was on the 15th and on the 16th of September. We also did get a wick down here on the 17th. And so again, consolidation for Bitcoin between a very tight range, 115.5 and 116.975. We do know over the weekends, we do get a little more volatility. Saturday leading into Sunday. So I'm curious to see how this weekly candle is going to close. Speaking of weekly candles, let's get rid of that. Let's clean up the chart here just a little bit. Let's get rid of some of these brush strokes. Let's get rid of our fib retracement. And let's get rid of, where did you go? There we go. Let's get rid of that as well. Bitcoin on the weekly, looks like we've subverted a potential bear flag. Let's go ahead and verify that real quick. Ooh. Okay, so you guys know, if we take the wick, we are currently, bear flag is still in contention. If we don't and we take the close, then the bear flag has been invalidated. Okay, and what am I looking at? This is me personally. This is my invalidation. I know a lot of traders use this as invalidation as well. Is if the move up if the flag part of whether it's a bull flag or a bear flag surpasses the 50% fib level when you draw the move from high to low or low to high, in this case, it would be low to high. If we surpass that and we've closed candles above, then to me, this is an invalidation of a bear flag pattern. Now, if you do like to take the wicks into account, we're right there. Again, this is the level we're looking at. This is our 50%. And we are currently trading below that level. If this bear flag is considered intact and we do get a breakdown, this is what that move would look like. So we take it from our 50%. That measured move would take us to sub 100K. Now, I don't think that's going to happen. Again, this is on a higher time frame. I would like to note the decreasing volume on this move up. And so when you look at things, when you and this is maybe for the people that are new to trading or want to understand a little better in terms of, well, how do I know if the move is real or not? I'd advise you to always look at volume, okay? You saw these 3 candles, fairly small wicks to the downside, but you see the volume continue to drop on the weekly time frame. If you take a look at some of the other moves for BTC, you can go back to, let's say, this one right here. This move had legs. Why? Well, volume was steadily increasing as the price was chopping and then had that big move up. And that big move was 75%. So potentially more downside. Yes. Is it going to go sub 100K? I don't think so. And so to me, I would say this bear flag is validated. And I'd be looking to potentially come in to a, I don't know, maybe a cup and handle pattern, maybe a inverse head and shoulders. It's an ugly one, but you have your low, right? Your left shoulder, your head, and then can we come in, settle in at above 112, put in a low there, a local low, and then continue to go to the upside. Let's check market cipher B on the weekly time frame. Currently, we have a green dot. Now, the time frame is not up yet, and this is a mistake I've made in the past, is prematurely taken these indicators into consideration before the trading session closes. In this case, it will close in about 2 days. But as of right now, VWAP is trading above our 0 line, which is a positive sign. Money flow is flat. Positive relative to what we've seen in price action. So the money flow is not trending down, it is flat. And our momentum oscillators, our momentum indicators are actually trending up. So if this holds, if this continues to go up, we could potentially see Bitcoin try to retake that 118 and then on its way to 120. We did a little price prediction going into the weekend, coming into Monday on the morning show. Rob and I were both bullish. Rob was at, I believe, 118.6. I was at 119.2. So I do think we get a little bit of rally going into the weekend. Guys, remember, September is historically the worst month for Bitcoin. And it's still up 7% on the month, even with this price action at 115.6. That's on the weekly. On the daily, kind of sift through market cipher here. We'll get rid of some of these brushstrokes. Now, the daily tells us a little bit of a different story. VWAP has crossed over below our 0 line. We did just get a red dot. Now, again, this trading session on this time frame has not closed. Wait, is someone's birthday? Broke Yoshi, is your birthday, bro? It's your birthday. Happy birthday, my friend. And then on the daily, momentum, the oscillators, the momentum indicators have clipped, the RSI and the stochastic. And you can see the extended, the good news here is we didn't make a new high on our momentum waves, as in blue you can see here, but we do expect this thing to fall. Can we get a potential? Now, the one thing I'll be looking for as well, potentially, which we have to be a little patient, is for this momentum wave to come in, cross below our 0 line, and give us that trigger wave. We have our anchor wave. Anchor wave. Cross below both our oversold 1 and 2 levels with double green dots. We need that trigger wave. We need something like that. With a green dot, potentially a long entry signal for Bitcoin. Also like to take a look at market cipher A to see if there's any shift. We got several baby blood diamonds here, which is usually your first indication that if you're in a long, might be a good time to reevaluate, might be a good time to even exit your long. And so I'll tell people, again, 114.1 is the level that I'm targeting. And so, yeah. Also, yeah, it is Broke Yoshi. Oh, not his birthday. Come on, bro. Unacceptable. I did put in a Kronos trade. We got a long. We're currently underwater, 8%, which, by the way, guys, we are using weeks. So if you want to support the channel and you want a badass exchange that you can trade almost anything on, no KYC, no VPN, there's a link in the description. Sign up for an account. They are doing a bunch of different giveaways as well. And so big thanks to Weeks for being a channel partner. So Kronos, let's go to the Kronos chart. Let's talk about why I enter this trade. Very simple. Very, very simple. Let's get rid of Market Cipher. I love you, Market Cipher, but you got to go for the timing. Now, my trade was based on the weekly setup. Okay, couple things. Well, the most glaring thing is this trend line, 22.81 cents. I had this identified as a key support level for Kronos on its pullback, which it has. And you take a look, we have fibs drawn from 13.75 to our wick high of 38.791. And well, look at the confluence we have with our trend line we drew and the gold pocket. I'll hide this. Look at that. Settling in right into our gold pocket here for Kronos. Okay. Now, typically, right? The most disciplined thing to do is to wait for a move up and then another retest. Now, this is the weekly time frame. If you do that, you're going to be waiting a while. I could have done that, but I decided to enter into the trade now as it is trading here. It could very well not do what I expect to and just fall through. Try to tap that 786 level at 19.09 cents. And then finally, down here, if it does break that and it comes back down, 13.79 cents is where I would be heavily rotating into Kronos on a spot position and also on a leverage long. That's something that I feel comfortable putting in maybe 15 to 20% of my entire trading portfolio that I have on the certain exchanges. And so, but we entered into the long gold pocket retracement. And also, again, guys, that our predetermined support level for Kronos on the daily as well. Let's clean up our chart here a little bit. 2 bounces now. Well, 1 bounce, okay? 1 bounce here, right? Failed to take out this high, and now we're right back there. And so that was the thesis behind it. That was the theory behind it. And if you're part of our Patreon, if you're part of our Discord, you would have gotten that signal as soon as I put that trade in. So we expect this move to, we expect this to reverse and move up. And if you take a look, let's go ahead and draw our fib here as well. So technically, from my own rules of what I signify as invalidation or not, technically the bull flag case is invalidated. Why? Because we're below our 50% retracement level. You can see Kronos attempted to retake it here, failed, came back on a retest, failed again, put in a lower high and a lower low. But I feel fairly confident we're going to see a bounce here on Kronos. The bullish sentiment continues. The bullish news continues for Kronos. And it's taking a little bit of a breather. Guys, you got to remember, this thing ran 160% in what time frame? 106% in 3 days. It 2.5x'd in 3 days, and it's taking a breather, and I expect Kronos to continue its rally to the upside. Another project, I don't have an open trade, but that I do believe is getting ready for a big run is BitTensor. You guys know this is my largest AI bag, my second largest position in my entire portfolio. We're coming in. It's a little bit of a symmetrical triangle here on BitTensor. Volume has been steadily dropping. And we throw on some Bollinger Bands. Some tight bands. Those bands are tight, my friends. Not super tight, but they're pretty damn tight. What does that tell us? That tells us volatility is around the corner. A move is coming, and I expect that move to be to the upside. And the measured move, we take the width, the average width of this symmetrical triangle. We're looking at a potential $620 bit tensor. I saw that there is a pretty badass looking documentary that is coming out on BitTensor and its subnets. It looks Netflix level production quality, Sin City Studios level production quality. You guys know we care a lot about our production quality here at the studio. So I expect BitTensor to rally, and a big move is coming, my friends. There's a lot of eyeballs. AIs continue to heat up. As of right now on the weekly, we did get a green dot printed on Market Cipher B. Let's take a look at the daily on Market Cipher B. Our momentum indicators have clipped after essentially hitting a double top, trending both to the downside. VWAP is still holding on above our zero line, and money flow is extending to the downside. But again, higher time frame tells us a big move is coming, and my bet is that big move is going to be to the upside. You can already see the bands are starting to break to the upside here on the daily time frame. We can maybe zoom a little bit more in to the 4-hour time frame. See if we can spot any patterns here. Let's get over our BB bands. I want to throw on some high volume points here on BitTensor. So a lot of sell pressure. Right at this double top, 369.20. Excuse me, 369.80. We saw around 268,000 BitTensor sold. Now, I will note as well, BitTensor first ever halving December 10th-ish. Emissions get cut in half. Subnets are growing. Let's, in fact, because this is a TA and FA show, right? Fundamental analysis. Let's take a look at BitTensor subnet performance. Let's look at the last week. You have 2 subnets that are currently trading that are up over 150%. You have 8 subnets that are currently up over 30% over the last 1 week, with Sports Tensor leading the way off the back of that big partnership announcement with Polymarket. And guys, I'm telling you, if you believe that artificial intelligence is going to continue to grow, is going to continue to be front and center, is going to continue to be hype, in my opinion, there is no better project to try to capture some of that upward price movement than BitTensor. And it's been trading sideways, okay? If I just shrink the chart down, right? I mean, this is pretty sideways price action, right? Within a pretty tight range. Putting in lower highs and essentially a double bottom. And so we expect a breakout for BitTensor. I believe this project is probably going anywhere between $2,500 to $3,500 per coin. It's currently sitting at $350. So top end of my most bull case is at 10x. Lower end is like a 7x, 6x. It's a really good Prime flavor, by the way. Strawberry banana. You guys like Prime? Let me know. We're not sponsored by Prime. We should be, though. They got a lot of money. And so that's BitTensor. Let's take a look at the top 100. Over the last day, there's only one in the green outside of Tether Gold, and IP's up a little bit. Aster. Now, again, World Liberty Finance is up a tiny bit as well. The trend we're seeing, you guys, in Aster, and I saw Crypto Stevo for the morning show said he wants to ape into Aster. I would just caution people, right? That would be, in my opinion, there's nothing against Crypto Stevo. I'm not picking on him. I think he's a great guy. I've never met him, but he's always in our chat. So we appreciate him. But FOMOing in after the project has moved 800% in 7 days, I don't think is a good move. I personally don't. The better move is to go down the list in the same niche, in the same category, and find something that hasn't had that 800% move. And we circle this to 90%. MYX Finance, which again is another DEX futures trading token, up 20,000% in 3 months. Meme Core, not a DEX. It's a L1 for meme coins. Who thought that was a good fucking idea? Up 33. And then Aster on the last 90 days, up 855%. This is, I believe, MYX is a BN. So these are both BNB ecosystem tokens. You see BNB reaches all-time high. Its ecosystem rallies. So ask yourself this question. I know this isn't like a chart, but it's going to help you make money. What ecosystem is next? You don't want to jump on the train of the ecosystem that's already had 20,000% gains, okay? Sure, if you want to buy on the dips, okay. What's next? What are we seeing slight movements in? Avalanche, Solana. Cardano hasn't really moved anything. If you want to take a shot there, Cardano. We see a little bit of near protocol moving. Those are the ones we'll be looking at. And in the morning, again, I talked about Drift Protocol. Similar to Aster. I know they're not the same. Same vertical, same niche, different L1. An L1 that we know has got the users, we know got the throughput, we know has the transactions and the revenue, and that is Solana. And it hasn't really moved yet. Let's, in fact, take a look at Drift Protocol. This is your Drift Protocol chart. Essentially a little bit of a W pattern, pullback. You're already starting to see the breakout. And so you might look at this as, well, is this too late? No, it's not too late. I mean, how far are we away from all-time highs? Okay. We're still 140% away from all-time highs. And so to me, I look at this and I say, okay, this might be something that is worth looking at. We zoom out to the daily. Take a look at what the daily's telling us. Let's start with the price action. Just slowly grinding up, putting in those higher lows, put in a higher high. Let's take a look at market cipher B. Looks like a double top on our momentum waves. Also, our RSI and our stochastics are trending down, but you can see they've been just making higher highs and higher lows, right? If you just isolate these indicators, the trend has clearly been up. Now, is it overheated? Potentially. Would I buy this now? I'll probably wait for a pullback. And let's try to find where that pullback would be. And the first thing you guys know is I like to do, keep it simple, is draw my fib and identify our 50% fib level, which is 75.53 cents. So if you're looking for a long, if you're looking to add this to your bag, like, David, I'm sold, which you shouldn't be based off what I say. You should do your own homework. You say, I'm sold. I want to buy it. Okay, 75.4 cents. Put an alert on your chart. The next level, which looks like a very important level, is your gold pocket, 68.8 to 70.28 cents. Gold pocket rejection, gold pocket rejection, gold pocket rejection, gold pocket rejection, breakthrough with increasing volume. Okay, so we're assuming by the data that we're seeing on this chart is we're going to have a lot of buyers stepping in between 68.8 and 70.28 cents. Now, this might be one that I feel comfortable putting in a limit order on, but I still, more often than not, especially if the market sentiment is choppy, I like to wait and see what price does there. First level, 75.4. Second level, we'll split that gold pocket right in the middle, 69.65 cents. That is Drift Protocol. Fundamental standpoint, I haven't dug into the tokenomics. I haven't dug into all the exchanges. In fact, you know what? Let's just go ahead, since I have you all here. Let's look at their website together, and you guys tell me if this is something that you guys think is a clean looking product, okay? So this is their interface, okay? Look at something like Weeks, a mainstream exchange, something a lot of people use. This is their interface. You swap over, very similar interface. Bottom position order balances, you have your order book flow here, and then obviously where you're gonna put your trades. They have Solana, Bitcoin, ETH, Hyperliquid up to 10x, Solana. So Solana, Bitcoin, and ETH, you can do up to 101x. Everything else is really capped at 5 to 10. You have some at 20, XRPs at 20. But again, are people going to use it? Probably yes. The interface is something people can relate to in Bybit, weeks, literally almost everything. It's on Solana. It has the users. Now it's just a matter of, are people going to find it and use it? And so, again, 87 cents. Structure looks great. Waiting for a pullback, 75.4 or 69.65 cents on Drift Protocol. And again, as I mentioned earlier, I'll be putting out a write-up on these DEX exchange tokens that have the potential of what Aster just did. That have the potential of what MYX did. I'll be doing that for the Patreon members. And I aim to get that out by Monday evening. So I'm going to really put some time and thought into that. Maybe it'll be video, maybe it'll be a write-up. Either way, I'll get that information out there. Also, those of you in the chat, have you ever used Drift Protocol? If you have used Drift Protocol, put a 1 in the chat. I'm very curious. Also, make sure you hit the like button and sub to the channel. I don't have a set schedule on the trading. I am aiming for at minimum 2 days. So the best way to know if I'll be trading on this channel is to just subscribe to the channel. It doesn't cost you shit. And have your notification bell on, and you'll get the alert and you'll know when I'm going live. Okay. Also, if there's anything you'd like me to take a look at, please let me know. I'll be more than happy to do so myself. I do want to take a peek. You know, I always like to, what is on the damn thumbnail? Cardano. Let's take a look at Cardano. You know, it's funny. Well, if you're a holder, I guess it's not funny. Or if you're in a long, it's not funny. But it's like every time Cardano starts to move, the markets just go down, right? And same idea. Cardano, 95.41 cents. We actually made money on a Cardano long. We got in, I think we got in at this gold pocket of around 86 cents. And we cashed out, I think, of this candle like 91. Made, I think, a 40 or 50% gain there. And so Cardano is another project you look at. Some people call it trash. I don't think it's trash. I just don't, you know, it hasn't gotten the adoption. Is it perfect? Absolutely not. Does it need some legwork on the marketing side and the retail side? Yes. But still, it's a top project. And you just, I mean, again, for those of you that are looking to keep it so simple, take your fib and take the low to the high and identify your 50 and your gold pocket, right? Close at our 50, or excuse me, right? Yeah, close at our 50, wick down to the gold pocket, price action up 10%, multiplied by whatever leverage you trade. But Cardano, again, just keeping it simple, I am looking at 87.87 cents, which is our 50% fib level. Super basic, super simple. You don't need to complicate it. You don't need 800 different indicators. Fibonacci. I like to use the Ichimoku Cloud from time to time. I haven't been using a lot lately. Let's in fact throw that out there as well. See if we can find any confluence. We do have some confluence with our 50% fib level and the top of our cloud. If the candle today gets down there, you have a double confirmation of strong support. Our 9-day is still trading above our 9 days still trading above our 26-day, right? Blue line, red line, your conversion line baseline. So the trend is still positive. Cloud is still green, price is trading above the cloud, and our conversion line is trading above our baseline. And we have confluence, top end of our cloud, 50% fib level. You see here, although on this move, let me go ahead and hide this. The last move, we broke into the cloud. We broke through our 26-day MA, but we bounced right back. And so I would expect the top end of that cloud to hold. So same thing. So the trend that you're seeing, that I'm seeing, that I'm sharing with you is we're looking for pullbacks to long. We're not looking for rallies to short. I think that's the point of the market we are, unless structurally something changes. A lot of the charts in crypto look almost identical, okay? You can also look at this and say, wow, this is an inverse head and shoulders pattern. There's your left shoulder, there's your head, and here's a right shoulder. And so a breakout is coming for Cardano. I'd be targeting around $1, $1.05 on this breakout move of these patterns, whether it's that retest or whether it's, hey, this is our inverse head and shoulders. And then just kind of confirming with Market Cipher B on the daily. Our momentum indicators have clipped. Money flow flat. VWAP looks like it's making a U-turn. It's coming sharply down, but it looks like it's kind of rounding out here. So we should see that trend back to the upside. And again, Cardano's one where it's lulls you to sleep for a long time. And then all of a sudden you wake up and you're like, holy shit, it moved 40% in a day. It moved 50% in a day. And that is a reality if you have exposure to ADA. Let's check the day. Let's check the weekly. Now, weekly setup is a little more, you know what? Weekly setup looks like it's about to turn bullish. Couple things. One, conversion line is trading above our baseline, right? We got that crossover in the beginning of the month. We need that cloud to twist green. Price is trading above, all great. Volume decreasing. Let's look at market cipher. Weekly is showing momentum. Weekly market cipher looks great. Now, can we surpass this high here on a momentum wave? This is put it back on December of last year. I don't know. What was Cardano's move like in December of last year? Well, it went from 33 cents up to $1.33. So wait and see. That's ADA. Are you guys bullish on ADA? I'm curious. If you're bullish on ADA, put a 1 in the chat. And on the weekly here, if you want to draw out some support levels, you can see the 9-day held at 85 and a little bit further down, top end of our cloud, 83. So 83 to 85 cents is where I'd be targeting if you're looking to add to your spot bag or if you're looking to enter into a Cardano long. This is a really nice, this is just a clean, right? Higher highs, higher lows. Let's in fact see if there's any divergence. No bearish div on the weekly. Let's zoom into the 4-hour on ADA. Let's clean up the chart here a little bit. All right. We are in the cloud on the 4-hour. So 4 hours neutral, right? 4-hour tells us you're not really trading, right? This is no man's land. You wait for either breakout or break below. Cloud did just twist green though, very positive, and our 9-day is trading above our 26-day moving average. Let's get rid of that. Just a quick peek at this one. Looks like those momentum indicators are starting to flatten out, potentially reverse back to the upside. That's what we want to see on the lower time frames. Let's go down to the 1-hour on ADA. Ooh, this is an interesting position. So officially the cloud is broken. 9-day failed. 26 days at 91.4, which, funny enough, that's where we exited our long position. So on our high volume points. Let's see where the bids are coming in for ADA. Also want to throw on my volume range profile. We have some confluence here on our VRVP and our 26-day MA, which is at 91.5. So that's going to be a very key level on the way back up, my friends. 91.5 cents. If you're in a long or if you're going to enter a long, 91.5, have a TP level set there, whether it's 100% of your position, 25, 50, or 75. I would highly encourage you to have a take profit level set at or slightly below 91.54 cents. Top end of our cloud, 26-day MA, and tons of volume, large volume node there. Now to the downside, 87 cents, large volume node there. And right below that, we have a lot of liquidity points. 177 million ADA was bought at 85.25 cents. And another 207 million ADA was bought at around 86 cents. So around 400 million Cardano tokens were bought between the price of 85 and 87 cents. Also corresponding, which, yeah, you're looking at volume points, right? Your VRVP is telling you the same exact thing. And the last time Cardano dipped this low, it rallied from 86 up to 93.7 cents. So that's ADA in a nutshell. Let's look at the hourly on the crypto bubbles. We are seeing a little bit of a reversal. Aster's starting to see a pullback. Pump.funds rising. Nexo rising. H-bar. Again, I identified an H-bar pattern, a bullish pattern on the high time frame that I'm gonna be looking to long the shit out of come Monday or Sunday evening. Watch the video. It drops in about 40 minutes, so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. But guys, we're kind of in this chop spot, man. And I want you watching to get into your head the idea of, is this the new norm moving forward? Mini cycles, 8% moves, 6% moves, 3% pullbacks, 2 weeks of chop. Get that idea in your head. It is a possibility. I'm not saying it's a probability, but it is without a doubt a possibility of what could happen. So yeah. Let's see. SXT, no idea what the hell that is. Kind of skimming through here. Yeah, people either love or hate Cardano, man. New type said it's trash. I don't think it's trash, but hey, to each their own. Nobody cares about tech, only price go up. Very true. Gambling. I love gambling. It's fun. Cookie Dow. Cookie Dow is an interesting one. I had a pretty big bag. I took some profits and haven't really seen shit. Let's actually see if we can pull up a cookie chart. It's pretty ugly, man. You lost a gold pocket, right? You lost a 50. You came back. You got rejected at the 50. You completely fell through the gold pocket. You attempted and failed to reclaim the gold pocket, and now it looks like you lost the 786 attempt and fail at reclaiming the 786. It's a pretty ugly chart. Let's take a look. Green dot on market cipher, but again, the candle's not over. Let's zoom into the daily. Okay. Daily, what I'm looking at here. Some bullish divergence on the daily. On Cookie Dow. Bullish div on the daily. We've already put in a higher low. We've already put in the higher low. This is our last low. In fact, this could be a potential inverse head and shoulders pattern. Albeit an ugly one. Okay. And I haven't looked at this chart like I don't think ever. So I'm just kind of going through my checks and balances, my process, so you guys can really see what I'm looking at. Market cipher rate, really nothing. Trading well below its 200 MA. It's just, I mean, I don't want to touch this thing until we're at least like in here, right? Get in that cloud, man. It's getting rejected at every key level. It's getting rejected at its 9-day MA. It got rejected at its 26-day MA. It got rejected at the gold pocket. It got rejected at the 786 level. And fundamentally, this project is cool. It's great. But price action, not so much. It's pretty damn ugly. Let's check market cipher B. I mean, look how deep that money flow is. Money flow is reaching July levels, which if we look at where price action was in July, it got to a high of around 36 cents and then just slowly bled down, chopped, a little bit of a spark, bled down. And so, I mean, the volume is like non-existent. Let's throw on. I don't know. I like this. To me, doesn't look like anything I want to trade. Like, to me, this is like I'm looking for a short. If we come back and retest, depending on some other factors, maybe short the top end of the cloud again. But for this one, I mean, I don't know, man. Unless you know something I don't know, unless you're coming from a fundamental standpoint, it's not something I feel confident longing. So yeah, I mean, but again, Cookie DAO, their website, what they do, right? Aggregating the metrics is great. But yeah, I do want to take a look at Chainlink. I saw AJ from AJ Writes Crypto had Andrew Tate on the show, asked some good questions. So shout out to AJ. Chainlink. Andrew Tate was talking about Chainlink. He said, man, you know what's not moved ever is Chainlink. I'm like, yeah, fuck, he's right. He said he bought it at 20 bucks. It hasn't moved. Let's take a peek at Chainlink, see if we can identify anything. Pahrump. Oh, I forgot to pay the bill at that one place in Pahrump. Okay. Chainlink at a key level on the cloud. It's right at the top end of that cloud. So pretty bullish setup. It looks like we're about to get a bullish crossover on our moving averages. It's hidden below this candle. Actually, we did get a bullish crossover. As you can see here, our baseline, or excuse me, our conversion line, which is the blue line, is trading above our baseline. And so that is positive. And look at where price is now. It's trading at the top end of this cloud. It wicked into it and is trading there. And you can see wick here, price moves up. This might actually be a good long opportunity for Chainlink here. A couple of things I want to take a peek at. Let's look at market cipher B. Green dot on the 1 hour. VWAP crossover on the 1 hour. That looks good. Let's throw on market cipher A. Six hours printing a potential reversal candle. 3 hours, same. 2 hour, catching some support at our trend line, our cloud. And the 1 hour looks like it wants to break back above and into our cloud. Let's see. I'm just gonna put in an order. I'm gonna go. I want to keep this longer, so I'm gonna go 12x on this one. Go market, and we'll go. Okay. All right. Open a Chainlink long. So we got a Chainlink long and a Chronos long currently open. Chainlink should bounce. Bullish crossover on the 9-day and the 26-day moving averages. And market cipher looks good on the low time frames. 1 hour and 4 hour look great. So yeah, there's a trade for you guys. Chainlink. Excuse me. Chainlink long. Link being reviewed now. All right, that'll do it for the show today, guys. I hope you guys have an absolutely phenomenally amazing weekend. Don't do anything I wouldn't do, and well, that's a very short list. And then we'll see you guys back here on Monday for the morning show, and I'll probably be doing a trading show on Monday as well. But again, just stay tuned until we figure out and hammer out a full-time, just stick to its schedule. And so, yeah, thank you guys very much. I love you all. Sub to the channel, and we'll see you next time.